This is Jordan Tower with JT News. Make sure you smash that like button, smash that subscribe button. Let's get right into it. Make sure you smash that like button, please. Okay, we're going to be talking about Drake, Lil Wayne, and Pusha T and why they all hate each other so much. Well, it all started in 2000s with Baby. Now, Babe came out in 2000-2001. Jacob the Jeweler tells client Pharrell that there is a Japanese guy who's inspired by the producer's jewels. That leads to Skateboard P meeting Nigo, the founder of Babe. I just started getting boxes of clothes at my house in 2002 because Nigo was a fan of the record Grindin', Pusha T vibe. Some kids he didn't know from Virginia making 100% dope boy music. He just liked it. I didn't know him, and he didn't know me. That's interesting. I mean, Asian culture over there, like they love hip hop, especially around that time. They love it, man. Like, there's nothing wrong with that. It's just like, wow. Like, they like, you know, DJ Honda, people like that. They have a huge, like, breakdancing culture over there and everything. So, Birdman's solo album is released around this time, and What Happened to That Boy, featuring the clips produced by the Neptunes on there. Now, there's a rumor that they were never paid properly for the beat. Surprise, surprise from Birdman. Now, if you don't do your everything proper with Birdman, he's gonna not pay you, okay? 2006, the beef begins. So, it all started with Lil Wayne's video Hustler Music, where he's rocking Bape hoodie, and he's rocking Bape on the cover of Vibe. A few months later, the Clips release single Mr. Me Too that accuses people of copying their style. Now, how can you copy someone's style wearing a clothing brand that you helped make hot? You made it hot, you know? It's like, okay. It doesn't take a mind reader to figure out. So it's tracked at, it's aimed at Lil Wayne. It says, "Want to know the time? Better clock us. Dudes bite the style from the shoes to the watches." Okay, you know, that's part of rap. Everybody dresses the same, pretty much. Very few people stand out on their own style. Now you got your trendsetters. Now, December 2006. Lil Wayne was very forward about it. He says, "I don't see no clips." They had to do a song with us to get hot, talking about, you know, what happened to that boy. And he says, talking about me like you talking to the best. So, you know, Lil Wayne was he was talking about he's the best rapper alive around this time. And he pretty much programmed everybody to think that way. He says, "Who is Pharrell? Do you really respect him?" Wayne asks. "That dude wore Bapes and y'all thought he was weird. I wore it and you thought it was hot." So really, he wasn't an influencer, he's saying. You know, he didn't influence anybody to wear it. I just thought it was hot and I wore it. I don't know. 2007, "If you wobble-dee, you can't be a legend." Pusha and Malice fire back at Wayne, and they say, "You can't try to rap like Jay-Z, dress like the Clips, and become a substance dealer after 5 albums and now dress like Jim Jones." Lil Wayne did get a lot of swag from Dipset. We can't lie about that, okay? You can't do all that and be a legend. If you wobble-dee, you can't be a legend. Well, that's a New Orleans thing, so I don't know what he's talking about. Pusha T seems kind of like a hater, bro. I'm gonna be honest with you. Like, throughout his whole career, they seem kind of like a hater, like, because, you know, they didn't get their just due. It took for him to break out on his own. So around 2010, let's see, what was it? 2008, Bit Metaphor is boring. It says, Clips new mixtape. We got it for cheap 3. He takes another shot at Wayne. He says, "Sorry, but I don't respect who you are applauding. Little dude flow, but Metaphor is boring. Don't make me turn daddy's little girl to an orphan." Wow. That would mean I'd have to kill baby like an abortion. Okay. Jeez, they really don't like each other over some clothes, over shoes. This is really a beef about nothing. You guys are talking about Meek Mill. This is a beef about nothing. In May 2010, Clips keep going. Clips and Jeezy do an album. They do a collab. It says Illin. It's the Illin track. And it says, a lot of people take note, tell Hova not to pass the crown too soon, since Wayne had made a career out of attempting to come for Jay-Z throne, and Jay-Z himself has pronounced Wayne the heir not long before. So this is when he had Mr. Carter on Carter 3. And I'm sure Pusha T was super jealous because Lil Wayne was. Now trust me, I like Pusha T's raps, but I can recognize that he had a real problem with Lil Wayne. Like, he just had a super problem with him being the guy and getting the recognition. When, Pusha T arguably raps a little bit better than Lil Wayne. Lil Wayne just out-raps him, meaning like he outworks him with consistent delivery. Pusha T has to put more effort in for his delivery, so maybe, I don't know. Anyways, March 11th, an Olive Branch. Wayne begins serving an 8-month jail sentence for possession of a weapon. After it ends, open your eyes. Celebrities, his antagonist freedom. They done freed Weezy. Congratulations, he says. So he didn't want his enemy locked away. But then Drake enters. Then it turns into a Drake thing. We'll get into that in a second. But Drake, let's fly. Drake, first direct entry. Dreams Money Can Buy. And he says, my favorite rappers either lost it or ain't alive. And then Drizzy himself. I really, really was a big Clips fan. And then it was clear he thought they had lost it. Like, he was big on the Clips, and I don't know how Drake could feel that way, because Pusha T, when he went out on his own, was like super fire. It was clear that he was like, the guy. Like, as far as rap, Pusha T is nice. So Pusha T, of course, he's gonna answer. He heard it subliminal on Dreams Money Can Buy, and this is when he released Don't F With Me. Then rappers on sophomores acting like bums. There he says, rappers on they sophomore albums acting like they bosses. They don't match the leather, the swag. They don't match the sweaters. But then he still comes back with another one, and he takes Common Sweet, and he does a song. Let's see, but some thought to push with Disney people, Hummingbird. What song was this? What Exodus Begins. That was in 2012. Okay. Yeah, this was the big one here. It was direct. Pusha T decides to drop Exodus 23-1. Now that track was fire. And he went at Lil Wayne and Drake in this one. He said, contact all messed up. I guess that means you all messed up. You signed to one dude, then signed to another dude. That's like signed to 3 dudes. Now that's bad luck. And then Lil Wayne responds on Twitter just saying, F Pusha T, anybody take that, and anybody that love him. He was mad. As he should have been, okay? Because Pusha T just wouldn't let up. He wouldn't let up. He wouldn't let it go. And it went on for another 8 years after this. This song is a direct response. It says, Kanye collaboration, New God Flow. Pusha T says, claim they 5 stars, but sell you dreams. They say death in multiples and 3s. Line them all up, and let's just see. Then he says, line being about baby. I was very angry. This song is a direct response to Birdman. Kanye is alright. But when we were on the rest of them, but what were the rest of them doing? Who is this guy to speak on the dynamics of good music? We have got to be real when people talk out of line. Which is funny now, because now we're seeing Good Music owns half of his masters, and they're not giving them back. There's new rumors coming out that's saying, even though Kanye said they were going to give him back, they're not giving him back, which is interesting. It's really interesting. I can't believe how many parts to this beef there are. Like, Drake drops Tuscan Leather after that in 2013. And he says bench players acting like starters. Then 2015, they get a couple of years off from this. In 2015, Puff Daddy interlude. Diddy Diddy reportedly popped Drake while they were in a club. He hit him, slapped him around a little bit. Because remember that, what was it, 0 to 100 real quick. That was supposed to be Diddy's song, supposedly. Drake released it for himself. So Pusha released Crutches Crosses Caskets, and he name drops Puff at the end of the verse. And a line mocking young guys getting slapped by old dudes. That's hilarious, man. And then October 12th, HGTV gets a whole new meaning. What's this? Oh, yeah. I remember this one. Pusha T Trak HGTV. He goes at Drake again. He was just taking pot shots at Drake at this point to try to get him to respond. And he eventually gets that right around this time. On HGTV, he uses Drizzy's own tongue. He says, "It's too far gone when the realest ain't real," with a questionable pen, so the feeling ain't real. Push also refers to beefing over melodies. So then this is when Drake goes right in with two birds, one diss, and this one was good. He goes right at him and he says, he's basically mocking him that he's a fake dealer, telling stories. He's not real. He's fake. That Pusha T's a fake. He's not. He never did anything. He's telling other people's stories, and he's disappointing. On Two Birds, One Stone. And then it ain't real if it's about me. Then let's see. Pusha T comes at Two Birds, One Stone, reaches out to Pusha, and he says, "My past is cemented." He says, "My past happened. I'm telling you the real of it is, if it's about me. If it ain't real, if it's about me." Okay. Anyways, he reacted to that. Then in 2018, that was just in 2018. I thought it was 2017. 2018, the big feud happened where they just clashed, like head on. On Daytona, he dropped something. He drops the project Infrared, and on Daytona, breaking news, Drake relying Quentin Miller. So he dropped something on Infrared talking about Quentin Miller. I remember that. That's what sparked it all off. And Drake came right back. It was actually just a sample in a club. I remember that. Drake heard that line. He was done. Drops Duppy. And it was fire. Okay? And he says, Drake responds with on this, and he says he takes aim at Kanye West because he feels like this is all about Kanye at this time. Because remember, Kanye and Drake have had their problems too. Pusha T is on Good Music. So he feels like this is coming from Kanye and his jealousy, and these two are like teaming up. So he just goes right for the CEO of the whole label, the guy, the mastermind behind Daytona, And he goes, Drizzy says, and the intention was to help. Okay, he says, "I'll mention you to help your album sell more till yay. We got to invoice you or something, considering that you just sold another 20 for you." Then Pusha says, "We send the invoice for the extra 20,000 we sold." Drake sends him Good Music $100,000 bill for the promotional assistance. And then on May 2018, Pusha T drops Story of Adidon. And here he gets very personal, talking about his baby mom, Sophie, the baby mother, talking about that he does have a baby, confirming Drake has a baby, and the name of the baby, and then goes at his dad, goes at his producer, 40, for having a disease. It's just like, it's really dirty. And then Drake discusses this story about it on LeBron James's thing, and he just says, Drake says Kanye took the info back to Pusha and used it against him. I'm in Wyoming. I'm trying to help Kanye in March, referencing the Scorpion closer to being shared with. So he was helping Kanye with his album, and Kanye was trying to give him some tracks for Scorpion coming out, and Kanye knew about the baby. Like they talked about it, and he gave that information to Pusha T, which is nasty. Kanye just backstabbed him, Pusha T points finger at 40. He says, we already discussed that. Appearing on the Joe Budden podcast, Pusha spoke about where he obtained the top secret son information. He said that 40 gave to him. Yeah, okay, buddy. He was just making stuff up at that point, trying to save Kanye, because Kanye was like, you cannot have me in this, man. I need Drake. I love him. It was just nasty, man. And obviously Drake didn't go back at him because, of course, Jay Prince said on many interviews that it was going to get too dirty because, Drake was going to talk about possibly sleeping with his wife, Kim, and all this other stuff. I mean, he made a whole song that was a hit record off of Scorpion, basically, talking about Kim, So, Kiki, do you love me? And there's been like little mentions since. I think Drake dissed him on a freestyle recently, like a couple months ago, and it's like, this is over. We had them clash. Drake stopped responding, and Pusha T won. That's what really happened. Pusha T won. But it's interesting that this all came from Bapes. All came from Bapes. In style. How corny of a beef is this? And it trickled into Drake. So funny, man. Anyways, guys, I appreciate you guys. This is Jordan Tower with JT News. Make sure you smash that like button. I'll check you guys on the next one. Peace.